go to story number 2.
Story 2. The Co-Worker with a Dark Secret. A couple of years ago, when I was just 18 years old, I used to work at a local grocery store as a cashier. It was a typical job for a high school graduate, and I spent most of my days scanning groceries and engaging in small talk with customers. However, my mundane routine took an eerie turn one night when a chilling incident unfolded, leaving me questioning the safety of my surroundings. The grocery store was situated in a quiet town, surrounded by a mix of residential areas and industrial plants. While the atmosphere seemed relatively peaceful, little did I know that a sinister event would soon send shockwaves through the community. The day started like any other. I arrived at work, greeted my colleagues, and went about my usual routine. However, there was an unusual air of tension lingering among the staff, and whispers of a troubling incident were circulating throughout the store. Curiosity piqued, I approached my manager to inquire about the cryptic warnings I had received upon arriving. In her office, my manager shared the shocking news: a gruesome murder had occurred, and it involved someone from within the store. My heart sank as I struggled to comprehend the gravity of the situation. It was revealed that one of my coworkers, a quiet and seemingly unassuming butcher named Jeff, was the prime suspect in this heinous crime. Details of the murder slowly emerged, painting a chilling picture of the events that had transpired. Jeff had brutally attacked his own father, a retired policeman, using a katana as his weapon of choice. The sheer brutality of the act left the entire community in shock, struggling to reconcile the horrifying reality with the image they had of Jeff. As the story unraveled, it became clear that this tragedy was not an isolated incident. It was discovered that Jeff and his brother had been involved in disturbing allegations of sexual assault in the past. The revelations cast an even darker shadow over the already disturbing case, leaving us all grappling with the unsettling truth. What shook me to the core was the fact that I had interacted with Jeff just the day before the murder took place. We had exchanged casual greetings, engaged in small talk, and shared a few laughs like any normal workday. It was inconceivable to me that someone I had interacted with could be capable of such unspeakable acts. The aftermath of the murder was marked by a sense of disbelief and unease that lingered in the air. The once familiar surroundings of the grocery store felt tainted by the sinister truth that had been exposed. Every interaction with my coworkers carried an undercurrent of tension, as we grappled with the chilling reality that one of our own had committed such a heinous crime. The legal proceedings that followed revealed that Jeff was not found guilty due to his psychotic state at the time of the murder. It was a decision that left many of us bewildered and disheartened, as justice seemed to elude the victim and his grieving family. In the aftermath of the tragedy, I couldn't help but reflect on the fleeting nature of appearances. The quiet demeanor that Jeff had exhibited masked a darkness that none of us could have predicted. It was a stark reminder that evil could lurk beneath the surface of even the most unassuming individuals. The experience left an indelible mark on my perception of the world around me. It served as a stark reminder that we should never underestimate the potential for darkness that resides within those we encounter. The memory of that fateful encounter with Jeff and the chilling events that unfolded that night continues to haunt me, serving as a constant reminder of the depths of human complexity and the unforeseen dangers that may lie hidden in plain sight.
Are you ready for story number 3?
Story 3. A haunting cadence. In the early glow of June, the world basked in the promise of a serene morning. The river's gentle murmur and the rustling leaves created a symphony of nature's beauty. Amid this tapestry, an unexpected echo wove its way into the rhythmic beat of bongos. The ethereal melody seemed to emanate from the very air, an enigmatic tune that beckoned me closer. With each step, the tempo quickened, drawing me inexorably toward the source. My heart danced in tandem with the bongos, each beat a whispered promise of adventure and the unknown. As I neared the epicenter of this mysterious serenade, the haze of morning lifted, revealing an equally mysterious figure, a towering presence with the aura of a street performer and the quirkiness of a character from a fantastical tale. 6'8" of personified eccentricity stood before me, bongos in hand, their rhythmic cadence an extension of his very being. A peculiar smile curved his lips as he beckoned me closer, his energy as captivating as his enigmatic melody. The world around us seemed to dim, as if this encounter existed in a realm beyond the mundane. An involuntary shiver traversed my spine as his gaze met mine, a challenge posed by the intensity of his eyes. Despite the strangeness of the situation, an unexplainable connection blossomed, urging me to stay and listen, to unravel the story that had led to this surreal juncture. With a cautious step, I ventured closer, each movement a hesitant note in this melody of shadows. His presence seemed to envelop me, a whirlwind of strangeness that tugged at my curiosity. And then, as if guided by an otherworldly conductor, his invitation to join his rhythm hung in the air, an open door to an experience that defied understanding. And so, in a swirl of bongos and echoes, I crossed the threshold into a reality tinged with magic. The world around us faded, leaving only the mesmerizing cadence and the figure who seemed to have emerged from the very heart of a dream. The bongos became an extension of our souls, a shared heartbeat in the symphony of life. Yet, as quickly as the encounter had begun, it ended. With a last, resounding beat, he retreated, leaving behind an echo of his melody and a memory that would forever straddle the line between the fantastical and the ordinary. The bongos faded, their ethereal music carried away by the wind, and I was left to wonder if I had truly crossed into another realm or merely glimpsed a glimpse of the extraordinary within the confines of the everyday.
Let's continue with story number 4.
Story 4. Whispers of the Past. In the annals of history, a tale unfolds about a chilling account that reverberates through time, a testament to the shadows that sometimes dance beneath the surface of reality. Set against the backdrop of the early 70s, the narrative unearths a chilling chapter of my mother's adolescence, casting a pall over a once idyllic landscape. Montevallo, Alabama, a patchwork of wooded trails and rustling leaves, stood witness to a day that would haunt generations. My mother, a mere teenager of 14 or 15, was thrust into the heart of a macabre tableau, an unwitting participant in a story that defied comprehension. A family outing to the heart of the woods, a lesson in survival and self-defense, took a sinister twist when the resonance of a distant engine echoed through the trees. The blue Ford Galaxy that materialized seemed an anomaly in the secluded realm, a harbinger of dread rather than the expected tranquility. My grandfather's primal instincts kicked into gear, urging the family to seek shelter beneath a mound of leaves, a makeshift refuge against the unknown. As the car door opened and a man emerged, the air grew heavy with foreboding. In a grisly ballet, he retrieved a woman's lifeless form from the vehicle, the very woods that had once been a source of serenity now bearing witness to a scene of horror. My grandfather's frantic command to hide held a weight of urgency, the man's very presence a warning of impending danger. From beneath their leafy cover, my family watched in terrified silence as the man deposited the woman's body, a twisted monument to his sinister intent. The chill of the moment mingled with the stillness of the woods, an unholy alliance that etched the tableau into their memories forever. The woman, eyes wide open and unseeing, seemed to gaze directly into the eyes of my mother, forging a bond between the living and the dead. As the man's car rumbled away, a chilling realization settled upon my family in reference to a silent agreement to keep their encounter hidden. The woman's gaze lingered even as she left, a ghostly reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface of the ordinary. Decades have passed since that fateful day, and yet the tale endures as a testament to the fragility of life, the sinister secrets that sometimes bubble to the surface, and the chilling echoes that resonate through time. The woods of Montevallo hold their secrets close, their leaves whispering of a day that forever altered the course of history, casting shadows that linger even in the brightest of days.
Are you ready for story number 5?
Story 5. Whispers in the Shadows. The sun was beginning its descent, casting long shadows that stretched across the landscape. An air of tranquility hung over the woodland shooting range, as my father and I indulged in our shared passion, marksmanship. Surrounded by nature's beauty and the distant echoes of gunfire, we felt a connection to both the past and the present. However, our peaceful session was interrupted by an unexpected visitor, whose arrival brought a chill to the warm afternoon air. A beat-up car, its tires crunching on the gravel path, pulled up nearby. A man emerged, his demeanor seemingly at odds with the serene surroundings. By his side sat a woman, her expression a mosaic of emotions that hinted at an untold story. As our eyes met, a wave of unease swept over me. It was as if a shadow had fallen across the sunlit clearing, casting a pall over the scene. My father, ever the protector, offered his assistance, his concern genuine and evident in his furrowed brow. Yet, despite her predicament, the woman declined our help, a refusal that seemed to carry more weight than mere words. Intrigue mingled with unease as we watched her retreat to the car, her posture one of resignation. What had transpired in that car? What secrets were concealed beneath her stoic facade? As the car pulled away, the man's gaze locked onto mine, a lingering intensity that sent shivers down my spine. My father's voice broke the spell, urging us to gather our belongings and depart. With an unspoken agreement, we left the range, the day's lessons suddenly eclipsed by the enigmatic encounter. Walking along the trail, I couldn't shake the feeling that we had stumbled upon a scene from a crime drama, a snapshot of lives forever altered. Our journey home was marked by an uneasy silence, punctuated by my mother's words. "He killed that lady." Her words hung in the air, an ominous refrain that refused to fade. The days that followed were colored by a sense of unease, a lingering awareness that the woods held secrets darker than the shadows. As time passed, the woman's fate remained a haunting mystery. A phantom figure in our lives, she left an indelible mark on our family's memory. A symbol of the inexplicable, the sinister, and the shadows that sometimes dance beneath the surface of the ordinary.
It's time for story number 6.
Story 6. The Fog's Whisper. North Carolina's mountains beckoned me with promises of solitude and adventure, an invitation I couldn't resist. Armed with a backpack filled with essentials and a heart full of anticipation, I embarked on a journey that would blur the line between serenity and danger, awakening a primal awareness of the unseen forces that shape our world. The path to Cold Mountain unfolded before me, a landscape of undulating trails and verdant scenery. The day's trek was a symphony of effort and reward, each step leading me further into nature's embrace. Yet, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the forest surrendered to twilight, a realization settled upon me. A silence had fallen, an eerie absence of fellow hikers that cast a shadow of isolation. With the soft embrace of night, I pitched my tent on a patch of level ground, a temporary haven in the heart of the wilderness. The tranquility of the woods enveloped me, the rustling leaves a soothing lullaby. As the hours wore on, I sought sleep, but the rhythm of my heartbeat mingled with an unfamiliar dance. The delicate patter of footsteps, a phantom echo on the periphery of my senses. The night air grew heavy with tension, my instincts sharpening as I clutched my knife close, a primitive comfort in the face of the unknown. Was it my imagination, or did the footsteps grow bolder, drawing nearer with each passing moment? With a whispered prayer, I awaited the morning light, my heart a drumbeat in sync with the mysteries that surrounded me. Dawn brought no answers, only a cryptic sight, a bundle of dried twigs and berries, bound by a green cord, propped against my tent. A silent message from an unseen visitor, its intent a puzzle I could not decipher. Fear and curiosity waged war within me as I packed my belongings, a hasty descent down the mountain born of equal parts urgency and unease. As the fog enveloped the landscape, I navigated unfamiliar trails, my compass my only guide. It was in this mist-shrouded realm that I understood the fragility of my existence. A lone traveler amidst the labyrinthine paths of nature, where each step could lead to revelation or peril. Emerging from the fog's embrace, I was both relieved and unsettled. The echoes of footsteps and the enigmatic bundle remained imprinted on my memory, a testament to the mysteries that weave through our lives. The mountains held their secrets close, whispering of journeys undertaken and trails untrodden, an eternal dance between the known and the unknown.
Let's go into story number 7.
Story 7. The Lone Traveler. The city's heartbeat synchronized with my morning rituals, a symphony of routines that unfolded before the first light of day. I embarked on my daily journey of an early morning drive that served as both a respite and a preparation for the day ahead. It was in these quiet hours that I encountered a trio of strangers, each contributing their own unique notes to the melody of dawn. The pre-dawn streets were a canvas painted in soft hues, a setting that allowed me to slip into a rhythm of solitude. The freeway stretched before me, an empty expanse that mirrored the landscape of my thoughts. Amidst the silence, the trio of vehicles emerged in a synchrony of movement that held an undercurrent of tension. The orange sporty car, vibrant against the muted backdrop, navigated the lanes with grace, its movements deliberate and swift. In its wake, the identical gray sedans followed, their motions harmonizing with the lead vehicle. A dance of vehicles unfolded, each shift between lanes and unspoken communication, a dance of intention. Intrigued, I observed the interaction of the narrative playing out through lane changes and synchronized movements. The unspoken dynamics, the rhythm of their actions, intrigued me, inviting speculation about the story that tied them together. Each car's maneuver felt like a stroke on the canvas of the morning, painting a portrait of connection and purpose. As my exit approached, I realized that I was but a spectator to this enigmatic performance. The trio faded into the distance, leaving only their echoes as their movements etched in the tapestry of my memory. It was a reminder that even in the quiet moments, the world is alive with stories, each stranger an author, each encountering a chapter waiting to be read. The city continued its awakening as I merged onto the exit ramp, my thoughts lingering on the trio of strangers. Each vehicle, each lane change, represented a snapshot of a journey of one that intertwined with my own, if only for a brief moment. And as the sun broke free from the horizon, I carried their stories with me, a reminder of the transient connections that shape our lives.